Hello everybody, this is Ghoti1482 or Fish1482, and we are going to continue with my any percent no RBA wrong whip tutorial. Now, before we begin, I have a bit of a confession to make. As you see, my death counter is now at 3, and my bomb count is at 20, and my bomb chew count is at 6. Now the reason being is that I went back through and made another tutorial file, and I just went to DC first, so I kept my 2 chews that I would have used in Shadow. And then after getting Minuet, I farmed bombs, because usually if you went to DC first, then you would have 17 bombs at this point. But other than my bomb and bomb chew count and my death counter, everything else is the same. I still have the medallions that I would have. I still have the songs. My equipment's all the same. Again, minus the counts of the bomb and the bomb chew. But I did that because of the next segment that's coming up, and that is Spirit Temple. And around Spirit Temple, having more explosives than less is definitely more helpful. So I suppose with that, we can go ahead and start. After selecting your file after death warping from Minuet, you would be back here in the Temple of Time, and we're just gonna make our way out to Hyrule Field. And as I said, from Hyrule Field, we're going to go to Gerudo Valley, because I said Spirit Temple is our next objective. Alright. So, now once we make our way out to Hyrule Field with the sloppiest movement possible, we're gonna do a super slide because that's the fastest method of movement that we have in this game. And so usually what I do, I don't see up usually, but I'm just doing this to show you guys that I align with the right wall of Lon Lon Ranch like that, and then I turn around and I do a super slide. Again, a super slide is done by being invincible, shielding damage, and grabbing a grabbable object. And usually that's done by shield dropping bombs and then rolling into one bomb and grabbing it with proper timing while holding shield. And so right now I'm trying to hold ESS right, because if I can do that, once I release shield in just a second, I will start sliding, but I'll turn as well, like I was trying to do in part 1 with the water, but I failed it in part 1, so let's see if I can't do it now. Yep, okay. So now oh, I dropped it. But you saw that I was sliding, and as I released Z, I would turn, and you would just keep that slide going until you reached Gerudo Valley. But sadly I dropped it, so we're gonna have to backwalk, which is not that big of a deal. But anyway, now that we're here in Gerudo Valley, we need to cross the Gerudo Bridge. Normally you would have either Epona or the long shot for this, but we don't have either of those things. So instead of going and getting them, we are just going to cross it with a couple of methods. One being a hover slide, like we did to cross the gap in Shadow. But the difference with the super slide here is that we're on an incline. The bridge is not flat, as you can see. It's inclined going this way. So if we were to do the same method of shield dropping, back flipping, and then dry rolling, and then rolling into the bomb with proper timing, we would be too close after the first dry roll because the ground has, come up to meet us on our backflip. So what we're going to do is we're going to shield drop, and backflip, and now we're just going to roll holding forward when it's time to grab the bomb, so that we can do this without doing a dry roll. It's a little more awkward than just hitting A and A again to grab the bomb with proper timing, but it gets the job done. So normally you would just ride this super slide out, and then ESS, hopefully ESS, into Gerudo Valley, or Gerudo Fortress rather, but I'm gonna stop and try and show you a couple of different methods to doing this trick. So right now, I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna jump down here, and I'm gonna die. I'm just kind of holding ESS position because I can. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that there's a way to clip out of bounds there, and then you would just respawn and it'd be a bit faster than dying, but I don't know how to do that as an adult, so we're just gonna stick with that. The next method that I'm going to show is similar to another way that we crossed the shadow gap, and that is with a mega side hop. So I usually stand about where the dirt texture meets the stone texture, and it's not specific, just so long as you're not too far this way, so that your mega side hop doesn't send you plummeting down there, because that would waste a lot of time and an explosive, and you don't want to do that. So usually I stand about here, and I line up just so that I'm facing the Gerudo Bridge, and I turn around, and I backflip and shield drop a bomb, and now I'm going to do a mega side hop right. And now I just want to equip hover boots, hold down, and then jump slash at the end of it, and I should make it. Now those are the only two methods that I'm going to show to cross the Gerudo Bridge, because they use hover boots, and they make it so that, you know, it's the easiest and fastest to cross it, because otherwise you would have to do an insanely precise distance flip, which is a mega flip on steroids, but and or you would have to do an insanely precise trick with the hook shot, where it sometimes just, I don't know, it's too precise to do without the hover boots, and it's just not worth it, especially considering that we have the hover boots to use. So now that we're in Gerudo Fortress, we're just gonna run up here and get caught, because normally you would go and get the Gerudo card and open the gate and then go into Wasteland, but we don't want to get the Gerudo card because that takes a lot of time, and it's just faster to skip it. So we're gonna hookshot up to this ledge up here, and then I usually stand like next to the ledge into the prison, and then I turn around and I hookshot the corner of the wooden texture, and then it clips me through here. Now, there are a couple of different ways to do this trick, and I think I'm going to show off a couple. One way is to climb up onto this box, 90 right, and then I make sure that I'm up against the wall. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to backwalk until my hover boots are about to run out, and then side hop so that I land on this thing right here. And then I'm going to do a roll to the up left. And when I do that, I'm going to turn like up right, and then side hop and jump slash with good timing. And that seems like a jumbled mess, but it should make sense when I do it right now. So backwalk, side hop, roll as soon as I hit the ground up there. And now I'm pausing to show you, because I'm really inconsistent at this trick. So right here on this frame, you would turn like up right, a little up from right, I guess. So you would be facing like the mountain, like that. And now I'm gonna Z target and do a side hop, and then jump slash with good timing. And now normally you would run this way and go and just roll and then hover into that, but we don't want to do that quite yet because I'm going to show a couple of different methods to doing this trick. I tried to catch the ladder there, but I couldn't. Anyway, this method to doing this trick is viewed to be a lot easier by a bunch of people. I don't like this method, but it shouldn't stop you from using it if you find it easier. So you want to target this fence right here, side hop, and then just hit A to dry roll, release camera, and hold shield. And then crouch stab so that your target doesn't make it so that you target the wall. And now you want to just side hop and walk up against this wall, and you should jump up here. Turn around, thank you. So now I want to be facing that wall, and now this part is very similar to the ending of the first method that I just showed, in that we're just gonna walk forward, roll, and then turn and side hop. And usually it's easier to do than the other one if you're practiced in it, but I again am not practiced in this particular method. Yeah, where am I going? It doesn't matter if you have the hover boots on at this point, because it still works the same. So now, again, uh-oh, I'm late. This one's not gonna work. I'm gonna try and pause buffer it like I did the first time, just so that I can get it out of the way. Because this trick, you will learn to either not like it or like it a lot, depending. On GameCube controller, this is on Virtual Console, and on GameCube controller, this trick is very awkward. And for me, it has taken a lot of practice and testing and other such to get consistent. And even still, I'm not the most consistent at it, so... I mean, as shown here, because I'm pause buffering it. Which, I mean, I suppose there's nothing wrong with pause buffering. It increases your consistency and it doesn't take that long. But, so those two would be the primary methods to doing so. I'm going to show you one more that's a little different. It starts off the same as the second method, but then it uses the hover boots in a way that we haven't done yet, I don't think. Anyway, we're gonna do the same thing, except this time we're gonna try and be a little bit more this way. And now, once we're up here and we have this angle, we're gonna 180. And you want to make sure that you're not too far to the left. I mean, like, towards the edge to your left, I mean. So, like, this would be way too far. I'm not even sure if this is gonna work anymore, but we're gonna try it, and hopefully I still have the same angle. So if you have the same angle, then you want to hold Z and pull a bomb and wait until the second frame that you're damaged. So, not this frame, this is the first frame that you're damaged, and now this is the second frame. And so we're gonna equip hover boots and hold down left. And then towards the end of it, you want to side hop and then jump slash, and you should make it right up here just fine. And so, I suppose that's all I'm going to go over on gate skip, because really it's only inputs on your control stick, and you just need to play around with it in time, like when to do the roll, when to do the side hop, when to jump slash, you know? And it's one of those tricks that you just learn through doing it. So, now we're just going to proceed into Wasteland. Now, Wasteland, you want to keep your hover boots on because we don't have the long shot to hit those other crates. And after I get out of that little sand trap, I usually equip bomb shoes and my carry boots so that I can move more orthodox, I guess, so that my movement is more orthodox. If you can't see because maybe it's nighttime or maybe you're on N64 where everything is darker, then you can always quick spin so that you can see the poles in front of you. You probably should be back walking here, but I'm just showing the route going forward because it's easier to see. Now for this part we don't have the lens of truth, so I mean we very well could have gotten it, but we don't really need to because the path is still there, it's just you have to know it in order to not follow the Poe. So what I do for this part is I target this wall and then I side hop left a bunch until I get to like this valley, and then I make sure that I'm on the right side of the valley because this part can be kind of finicky. Then when I get about halfway up this like mountain structure, I cross over and I start curving myself left. And if you hit levers, then you know you're in the right spot. And now there's a way to do this without coming over here to this box, but there's a little triangle of space where you can get lost in between parts where you won't. And it seems just too finicky for me. So I prefer to do it this way, and then you just gotta try and find the poles and then go from the box to there. And if you see those poles, then you're in good shape. So once we enter Desert Colossus, we're gonna see up and then turn around. And we see up so that we don't target the levers when we turn around, so that we can backwalk all the way to the entrance of Spirit Temple. And then I side hop so that I don't get hit, but I still got hit because, yeah. Anyway, I think that angle's weird. Oh, ways. Ah, ways and levers. Ah, ways and levers, man. Ways and levers. They're everywhere. Please give me hearts. One's enough. Anyway, you want to get to here, and here is, in my opinion, the most difficult trick in the run. This is Spirit Hover. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get ISG, whether it be off Navi, like that, or off of the Gwei, like, or off of that Gwei. And so, once you have ISG and you kill the Gwei, you want to come over to this corner, and you want to shield drop a bomb, and then side hop left, and then once you side hop, you want to shield flick, and then dry roll. And now I wait until Link flick, like, kind of shuffles his feet 4 times, so like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I backflip. And now, here you equip hover boots. And so now we're going to start hovering with the bomb shoes that we have to make it easier. And now, if you're not very confident with your bomb hovers, you should probably do like 5 back, and then turn around, and then do 4 back the other way, because that way you have more room for error, like, so you don't have to have a couple of perfect bomb hovers so that you can make it onto the seam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause buffer this first part, because targeting the bomb shoe is necessary so you can turn around and hover back the other way. And you saw how on this frame there was a little green arrow above the bomb shoe. And so if I hit Z in unpause lag, then I will target the bomb shoe and be able to turn around whenever I want to. So, like that. And now you see how my camera isn't focused on me. And so I'm going to do 5 back this way. And now turning around is kind of finicky sometimes. The way that I do it is I do a little walk, a little slow walk up left or up right. Upright works too. I do up left because it's more comfortable. But then you want to alternate between neutral and down on your control stick. So like that, and eventually he'll turn around. And so I'm gonna sit here and hold my shield out, because I think the Gwei is gonna come. No, maybe not. Anyway, you want to make sure that you don't get hit by the Gwei, because he'll knock you down if he hits you, and then that's a bunch of time wasted. Because through Spirit Hover saves about 3.5 minutes if you get it, and if you don't, then you have to go through the bottom of Spirit Temple, and that's no fun. So we're just gonna continue hovering with bomb shoes until you run out. And so now you have to hover with bombs, and that requires a bit of timing because the bomb doesn't explode as soon as you shield drop it. Also, if you see the Gwei coming, or you hear the Gwei coming, just hold shield, and then once he hits your shield, let go of shield, and the ISG should kill him. And if it doesn't, just be careful and watch for him. But anyway, what you want to do to hover with a bomb is, the easiest way that I've seen is to pull the bomb and watch Link's breathing. You'll pull the bomb, and then he'll inhale, exhale, inhale, and then on the second exhale, as he's going down, you want to shield drop and backflip. So if I can do this correctly, it'll look like this. Down, up, down. Oh, that was really bad. That was really early. Up, down, That was better. And so you want to do that a couple of times. Up, down, down. Maybe one more. I'm just looking to see if the Gwei's around. Up, down. Okay, so now we should be high enough, and we should be close enough to the seam to where we can backflip and get onto it. Okay, So now that we've killed the Gwei and we have no worries of being hit off, we're going to unequip hover boots. And don't worry, because the hover boots aren't what's making your stick in the air, it's your ISG. So now we're going to backflip, and we should land on this part of the scene. And now what I do is, some people use the mini-map, and they make sure that like the top of the arrow, I just make sure that Link's back is facing that seam that's visible. And then I hit target, and I backflip, and get onto the seam. And now I'm a little bit to the left, so you want to make sure that you can get fully onto the seam. And so you just want to use your hook shot or see up to make sure that you get up the seam. And then once you're close enough to the Silver Gauntlet's chest, you can hook shot it. There we go. And then walk around. If you're not confident with this hover slide, you're more than welcome to go in here, so that don't save in there, but just go in there so that your last checkpoint is coming out of here. So say if you are out of bombs at this point, or say if you fall down, then what you can do is you can come down here, you can get a bomb drop. I don't need one because I have 9 bombs, and 9 bombs is more than enough. But you can get a bomb drop, or you can get whatever you need from down here, and then just die. And when you die, it'll respawn you at the last time that you, like, entered a loading zone, which would be back up there. Boom. Okay. So, as you can see, now we're back up here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a hover slide very similar to the one that we did to cross the Gerudo Bridge and the Shadow Gap. But this time, we're going to have to jump slash at the end because... Sorry about that interruption. But, anyway, we're going to have to jump slash at the end, and this timing you just kind of have to get used to as well. Like I said, if you fall, you can always just go die, and then you'll respawn back up here. So you just want to get a super slide. And then equip hover boots. And then when you see that the shield is getting really close, you let go of R and you hit B, and then you should make it. And then I do the little side hop backflip just as a little time saver. And now we claim our prize of the mirror shield. And this is necessary because we can't complete Spirit Temple without the mirror shield. So now we equip mirror shield, and we unequip hover boots, and now we're going to go into Spirit Temple. So now we're going to continue the Spirit Temple as if we just got the mirror shield. We're just going to kill the Iron Knuckle by by jump slashing and crouch stabbing a bunch. Be careful because he does 4 hearts, which is all we have. A good strat for Iron Knuckles is you want to stand a little bit to the left of their center, so like go from your perspective to the right of their center, and then sit there and crouch stab, and if you're in the right spot, then you should be fine. Like, you shouldn't get hit at all. I need bombs because the minimum amount of bombs that you can have to finish the game from this point is 10. And luckily I got 2 bomb drops, so 17 is more than enough bombs to finish the game. Anyway, you want to come in here and get this key, because we need the key to go farther in the dungeon. And so, this room, very self-explanatory. You're just going to want to go in through here, get the key, or use the key. This room right here, there are a couple of different strats to doing this. Basically, you want to make it so that you get up this wall, and the way that I do that is I do 2 side hops and then a dry roll, and then I hookshot and kill the Stilcho, and then I hookshot to that platform, and then I just climb up. Very simple. You can do that room as if it was your first time playing if you want. So now we're gonna get the boss key. Oh, close. There we go. You play Zelda's School by him. Now we're gonna go in here and get the boss key. But we're not gonna get the boss key the normal way because we don't have the bow to stop the fire around it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run into that this torch log, and then because we're already hit, this fire doesn't act like we don't get hurt by this fire. So we can just walk up and take the boss key. So now you just want to get out of this room so that you don't get hurt anymore by torch logs. And now we're going to want to take out those pots because they can be kind of pesky. Now, what you're going to want to do is we're going to do another form of actor glitch using this switch. We're going to put a bomb here, and then we're going to run over to this door. And after we do that, we're going to open the door as the bomb is exploding. I usually just wait for the bomb to explode, and then I hit A to open the door. So it should look like this. You heard the door open, and now there's no chains there. Oh, whoops. Sometimes this can happen as well, if you if you do this. There are a couple of frames where if you hit actor glitch on it, what'll happen is you'll have to equip hover boots, and then usually I just hover over to this part down here. I equipped hover boots, I went right, I fell down here, and I saw that I was down here because I could see my hover boots. And then you just roll across here, and your camera should fix itself. But now everything is still unloaded, like there's no platform down there. So now what we want to do is we want to get to the boss door, but we don't want to go through this puzzle with the mirrors and such. So the way to do that is to mega side hop down onto the statue's head, and there are a couple of different ways to do this. The way that I do, and the current fastest way to do this, is to side hop, backflip, side roll, and then retarget. And then we would backflip and shield drop, and then you would mega side hop right, and then that would send you down to like right next to the statue's face, and I'll show that in just a bit. It's just I'm going to show a couple of different strategies to doing this. I believe another one to doing this is to backflip, side hop, side roll, side hop, side roll, and then backflip and shield drop, and then you would mega side hop left. Depending on what strategy you use, you have to shield, or you have to mega side hop a certain way. Another strat to doing this, I believe, is to side hop, side roll, and hold R, crouch dab, side hop, and then you would backflip, shield drop bomb, and you would mega side hop left, I believe. But again, the strategy that I use to do this is to side hop, side roll, and retarget. Backflip, shield drop bomb, and now we're just gonna mega side hop. And then all of those methods would put us here. Now what we want to do is we want to walk a little bit up towards the statue's face, but you want to do this very slowly so that you don't fall. But what you would do is you would be able to hook shot. Oh, I'm not in the right spot. So you would be able to hook shot over to that chain, and then you would enter the boss door. But let's say that you fell down on the mega side hop. What you would do is you would come over here, and instead of going back up through the temple normally, you would just clip out of bounds using this Armos, because we can just jump slash. Like, this is not specific at all. You can just push that Armos down and then jump slash, and then you should clip out of bounds, just like I did. It's not hard. And then you would just run and then fall out of bounds. You might have to navigate a little, but then once you fall out of bounds, you should be good. Sometimes that can be a little funky, like you saw how I didn't respawn coming out of the door. I respawned walking this way. Sometimes, again, that glitch can be a little funky, so I'm not sure why that is, but I don't know. Anyway, since if you do that, then you don't have the opportunity to go straight to Nibiru, and you have to go through this room. And we would have to blow up this rock and do the mirror puzzle as if normal. So you just push this one twice this way, which I didn't do because it's almost like there we go. I think that one went. No. I'm gonna have to kill this thing. Quick spinning is my preferred method to killing the Lizalfos. Some people prefer crouch dabbing, some people, I don't know. Some people just prefer other methods. Oh no, don't hit me. Don't hit me. Thank you. Okay, and then once you have this done, you can run back and finish this part like normal. I'm just getting rid of the pots so I don't die. So now you would just aim at that thing. Aim the light at the sun. And you would come down normally. And so that would be what you would do. And then, again, just hook shot and open the boss door. And now we're just gonna fight Nibiru and Twinrova, and then we're done, pretty much. So Nibiru takes 20 damage, I believe, to kill? No, 40, I think. Because you have to hit her 10 times with a crouch stab of jump slash, so yeah. Okay, so you wanna, like I said, you wanna be like slightly to the right, so this should be a fine spot. And then, normally I would finish her off, but let's say that I die. Like, that next crouch stab would have killed her. But let's say that I die. Or let's say that I don't get Spirit Hover. Then you have to do the beginning step. And normally you would have the silver gauntlets at this point, and you would have to push this, but we don't have the silver gauntlets, so we can't do that. So what we have to do is we have to skip the silver block. My favorite method of doing this, I'm not sure if this is the fastest method, but this is my most preferred and most consistent method to doing this, is to get up against this wall and target it, and then do a super slide. Oh, except I can't super slide. Oh my goodness, dude, I can't super slide. Okay, there we go. So now that I have a super slide, now what you want to do is you want to hold down left, and you're going to release shield. And I'm not exactly sure about the frames for this one, but I just kind of have a timing for it. Once you release shield and you're holding down left, you should clip through this wall, and then I'm trying to remember the frames, but I just don't. You're gonna backflip and pull out hook shot mid backflip so that you can clip into the silver block. So like that. And now we're inside the silver block. And then what we could do is we could just go that way and continue on with the rest of the dungeon. But I'm going to show a couple of different methods to doing this. before I do that. So another method to doing this without using explosives is to come down here and target this pillar on this side of it, and then get over here, get up here, and then side hop and side roll, and then you have a good angle to jump from here onto the snake's head. Oh, I missed it. It's kind of finicky, and I don't do this method because I think it's kind of finicky, but... No. Usually 4 side hops should work, and then do another one. And then I think you want to be a little bit to the left of his nose. Oh, maybe not. Maybe a little bit more than a little. I'm not too familiar with this trick. There we go. Okay. So now that we're up here, you're gonna wanna get like over here on top of this red dot, and you wanna see up. I usually see up to where my B button is a little bit like in between these two lines, like in between this line that it's over right now, and in between this line that it's over right now. So somewhere in between here. I'm pretty sure it's not that specific, but again, I'm not the expert on this trick. And so you want to run, roll, and then hold like right, and then you should like anti-grav into the corner and grab it, and then you'll be on top of it. Another method to doing this uses an explosive, but it still gets the job done, and is a little less finicky than the jump to the snake's head. I'm going to... No, I'll keep hover boots equipped. You're going to want to get a ground jump, and then you're going to want to walk over to this part, and then ground jump, and then you'll clip up here, and then just get to the same position, see up to about the same spot, run, roll, hold right, and then you should make it. I didn't go far enough before I rolled, but... I'll try and show this. There we go, okay. So now, once you are either inside the silver block or on top of the silver block, you're just going to want to come into this room and hookshot the switch. There we go. And you're going to want to go through this door right here, because the other door doesn't have a key for you to get. I believe the other door has the compass. I think. I'm not sure. But I missed the rupee, so... There we go. So now, this room, you just have to do like normal, get all the rupees. I'm going to equip hover boots, so my movement again. I think it's harder to move with hover boots on. Well, it's not harder, it's just different, and I'm not used to it as much. So, once you have all the rupees, you just want to go through the door, get a key, and then go through the locked door. And now, you'd be doing this if you missed Spirit Hover, or, again, if you died to Damburu, or Twin Roba. But, so after your key, you just want to proceed to walk out through here, go into this room, dodge the heart, or dodge the pots. Those pots have hearts in them, if you're low on life. Dodge the like as well. And then just climb up this vine, or that wall. You can hookshot it, which is nice. And now we're basically just going through this normally. When I say normally, I mean without glitches and such. There's nothing really to explain. Now we're back in this room. And if you died to Naburu, then excuse me, if you've already pushed this thing down, then what you can do is you can just hookshot this part, and hopefully not fall like I did, but, and then you can just proceed to Naburu again, and try her again, but if you didn't get, or if you didn't bring down this platform, then what you would have to do is you'd have to come up here, jump to this platform here. Oh. Oh my goodness. There we go. Play Zelda's Lullaby. Hopefully faster than I did. And get this key that's over here. And usually I do that by getting relatively close to there and hookshotting to the chest. You can go up and around the child side and jump down from there too. I just think it's faster to do that. And now we're gonna go up through the adult side. And now I'm gonna wait for this Demos, and I'm gonna hit that pot because there's 5 bombs in that pot. And now, let's say that I didn't already unlock that door. Then what I would do is I would go and I'd have to kill all the enemies in the room. So the Demos. I'm gonna pause and equip hover boots because that makes this room a lot easier. Oh boy. Might not be able to do this in one cycle. 1, 2, 3, and I got all 3 of them. And then we would come in here. We'd go and we'd get the mirror shield, assuming we didn't have it already. Get the key, and then we'd go back and do the stuff that I showed. I'm just gonna grab, or I'm gonna try and grab another bomb drone. Ow. No bombs. What is this? It's not very nice. Bomb drops! Okay. So now 20 is most definitely enough. So yeah, after going through all that stuff, you would go back up here and go through this room however you like. I should show another strat to getting through this room. Instead of doing 2 side hops and a slide roll, what you can do is you can just side hop all the way this way and then hook shot this part. Go, not quite. You want to hook shot a little higher up than I did. This is the current fastest method of getting through this room. Ah, there we go. Because now the Spatula might try and hit you, but he's too slow for the moving platforms, and gosh darn it, I was too slow. I don't use this strat very often, so I probably should, but it only saves a few seconds over the other one. And sometimes he's not even looking this way. But yeah. And then again, if you didn't have the boss key, you would play Zelda's Lullaby, go in there, damage boost to the chest. And then you'd be back here. But we've already done all this. So, we're just gonna go back and actually kill Nabooru this time. So, I did a jump slash there so that my power crouch stab did 2 damage. I'm actually gonna, I didn't like that spot, so I'm gonna run away like a baby. Being a baby this fight, because I don't actually want to die. Actually, that's 9. I don't know what I'm doing. So this one. Yep. Okay. So now that Nabooru's dead. Now we're gonna go on and kill Twin Robo. Look for witches sleep. Oh, sorry. Anyway. Again, you're just in cutscene, you're mashing A and B and maybe C up if you want to try hard, but after the Twin Roba killing the Buru thing, you want to just proceed to Twin Roba. I pulled out my hookshot there just because. You want to hookshot up because it's faster than climbing, and then begin the Twin Roba fight. Twin Roba, there's not much different from killing her normally, other than Phase 2 is a little different, and Phase 2 can be handled a couple of different ways. But I'll explain that when I get there. With my fire, I will burn him to its bone. I'm sorry, I don't know. I like this fight. Shut up. With my frost, I will freeze him to his soul. I've been doing a lot of 100% lately, so I remember what those say. I don't actually read Japanese. If I did, that'd be interesting. Anyway, for Twin Roba, you just want to reflect one beam back at the other one, you know. And usually I do this by standing in a corner to where I can see both of them. But right now they're going to be me and not be in the spot. When one of them starts to fire and the other one is on screen, I usually hookshot at the other one so that he stays in one spot, or she rather. And then I put my beam at her. And yeah. Oh. Fire one. Nope, not the fire one. Oh god. The ice one does not like her sister today. So there's two. Phase 1 should end after 4 hits, but sometimes... Oh boy. But sometimes they'll want to do 5, 6, or 7 cycles of this. Oh my goodness, dude. Go away. Dude, stay off of me. Are you gonna fire? No, you're not. The fire won't. Run away. Okay. Dude, why are you so close to me? You're being mean. Trolling me. That's 3. Please fire again. Thank you. Sometimes it'll be nice to do that. But yeah, after 4, it should end, and if it doesn't, you can always just hookshot them both. But that time it ended. If you get the chance to hookshot them again, then they're gonna try and go into 5. But so now, Twin Roba, Phase 2. You just wanna collect the 3. Little speed trick is to, after she fires her beam, hookshot her, and then quickly pull up shield. And then after the 3rd one, what I like to do is to stand here, and then run and jump slash, and then just start spamming crouch stabs, and that usually one cycles her. There we go. But another method is to get ISG and then just hookshot to her and let the ISG finish her off. If you fail the 1 cycle on Phase 2, then that wastes a lot of time. Because then she starts alternating and trolling you with which beams that she fires. Like she'll do 1 and then 3. 1 of the ice or something, and then 3 of fire, and then another 1 of ice, and then like 2 of fire or something really trolly, and just takes forever. So if there's one boss that you want to try in 1 cycle, it's her. And so that is pretty much Spirit Temple in a nutshell. There's only one thing that I can think of that isn't actually that useful in this category. It's really situational. It's like if you got Actor Glitch and then died to Naburu and or Twin Roba, there's a way to get back up to the boss door without going up through the temple, but it is so precise and so finicky that I'm just not even going to. If you would like to see that video, I believe Garnatrex, the YouTube channel Garnatrex Gaming, I believe that has a video on it. I also believe that SVA 161-620, I believe that's the numbers. That's his YouTube channel, and that has the frames for the silver block skip, the super slide method. So if you are uncomfortable doing that unbuffered, then pause buffering it. That is where you would find that, I believe. So now we're just mashing again. A, B, and maybe C up. Lots of cutscene. There's going to be lots of cutscene in this part because we have the longest cutscene in the game to watch after we go through part of Forest Temple, and that is the light arrow cutscene. And so now after this cutscene with Rauru, gosh darn, way too much talking. Okay, so now that we're done with this cutscene, we're going to play Minuet and go do Forest Temple. Or at least part of Forest Temple. We skip a lot of it because we just want to get to the bow. And then, yeah. So, once you play Minuet, turn around and try and hookshot to the branch. I usually hold R as I'm entering so that I don't activate the Wolfos. And then I do 3 side hops and then a side roll. And then that makes me hookshot pretty far up. There's probably other ways to do that to where you can hookshot further up than where I just was. But, I don't know. Then you just want to jump over, get this key. Because we need 2 keys to to get to bow. So, once you get that key, you just want to go through the door. Either kill this Skopoa or hit him like you did in bottom of the well and walk past him. Now we're just gonna watch this Poe cutscene. Now, after this cutscene right here with the Poes, we're gonna go straight across and fight Stolfos for another key. And then the real fun begins. Okay. Spamming shield is the best. Okay, anyway. Not much to say other than go through here, do this, go through here, do this, you know. I rolled underneath him. You can either get ISG or you can crouch stab for Stolfos. For me, it just depends on the day on what I want to do. Oh, there we go. I believe ISG is the fastest method to dealing with them, but some people don't like using ISG because, some people are some people, I guess. Anyway, after getting the second key, we want to go back out to the main room of the temple. And we're just going to jump slash and clip through an acute angle because we can. You can do something similar to Dampe's race there, like I just did, because corners are really glitchy, but this is an acute angle, and we can just jump slash, and if you have a right angle, or if you have the right angle, then you can clip through, and usually I hold R afterwards. And then I usually face like up left from there, and try and jump, or side hop, but sometimes you can fall into this well that's right here, and if you do, then you just want to make sure to find your way to these vines, and then climb back up. You might have to do a little wandering, but once you figure out where you are, you just climb up the vines, and then proceed to over here. You can either jump up onto that and then go through this door, or you can walk around it. But that was basically the unloaded room of this. And so you would have fallen into this well right here. but there's water there, so I can't go down there right now. Anyway, we're gonna do something similar to the final method that I showed you on how to skip the Grudo card and the Grudo gate, and except this is a mega jump instead of a hover boost. And the way that I do this is I stand here and I hold Z target until the bomb is about to explode. I pull out a bomb. And I've let go of Z target now. And now I'm just pause buffering until the second frame that I get damaged. So that one. And then I equip hover boots and I hold left. And then I'm up here. Another way to do it would be just to kind of sidewalk over to where, like here would work, I think. And then just kind of see up. And then hold target. And then I'm going to pause buffer until the second frame of the explosion. Or not of the explosion, of damage. One. Uh-oh, I went 2 frames. So that wouldn't have worked. Oh. I tried to keep the angle, didn't work. Ugh, darn it. What am I doing? Anyway, like I said, just set down the bomb, and then wait until the second frame of getting damaged. 1. And this time I'm going to be careful. There we go. 2. And then just hold forward, and you should make it up. And now we're going to want to go through this door right here. And now, this room we are not able to do because I don't believe that we can push the blocks because we never got a strength upgrade as child. So we're going to have to do something similar to skipping the silver block using the ground jump method. So climb up that ladder and then use your hover boots to get over here. And now you're gonna get a ground jump. And you walk over here and you make sure that you're like underneath the slanted part of the block. I think you can be on either the left or the right. And then just activate your ground jump and then climb up. And now we're going to get another ground jump to do it here, but this one can be kind of finicky. It's another thing that you just kind of have to play around with. I'm usually on the right side, this right corner here, and I do the ground jump and I hold up to grab. And then I see up so that my B button is to the left of that corner there. And now I'm going to run and I'm going to roll before I reach the edge. Then I'm going to turn like up left and roll again so that I can reach a certain ledge. Oh, except I cut the corner too sharp, so I fell. But you want to make it up there, but I didn't do that because I messed up. So if you mess up like I did, then you just have to come back down and do it again. Which kind of stinks because it wastes 2 bombs and a bunch of time. And if you're low on bombs, then that could be a really bad thing. Again, just ground jump. And start climbing again. And then ground jump again. And then climb this one. And then I'm going to try not to cut the corner as tight as I did. There we go. Okay. So that's basically what you want to happen. And then I usually unequip hover boots again because movement with hover boots is sloppy to me. Climb up the ladder, and now we're just going to proceed to the bow as if normal. So now you side hop left as soon as you enter this room so that you skip the navi text. And you stay that way so that you don't get it. and then just proceed to this room. I usually face the corner, do 2 side hops and then a backflip, and that skips most of the stairs. And then we are in the bow room. I'm gonna get a heart because all plus jump slashes do 2 damage, or 2 full hearts rather. And then I'm just gonna ISG and then kill him. Note that I jump slashed before I did ISG so that my ISG damage was doing jump slash damage. Because if you remember, a crouch stab does the damage of your last attack. And if you're doing ISG, then you're interrupting a crouch stab. And so you're constantly doing the damage of your last attack, which is Master Sword jump slash damage. For some reason there's a lot of lag when you kill the first Stalfos in this room. After getting the bow, we just wanna, if you're on VC, on Virtual Console I mean, then what you're gonna wanna do is play Minuet, and that's what I'm going to do because it's faster than save warping twice. But if you are on emulator or N64, you just want to save warp, exit Forest Temple, and then save warp again. And then when we continue, we will be in Light Arrow cutscene. So once you're outside Forest Temple, you wanna save and reset. And so now we have a very long cutscene. This is usually where some speedrunners get up and take a bathroom break or something like that, because there are 2 parts in it that are very long and they're just very long and they scroll by themselves. So, again, for this beginning part, we're just mashing. Watching Sheik talk to Link. I believe this cutscene is about 6.5 minutes, and it's, again, the longest cutscene in the game. These parts where Sheik is talking about stuff and the text boxes are all blue, like this, you don't have to mash at all. It gives you a nice break. I apologize that I don't have much to say here, but it's a cutscene. I'm not sure how much more I can instruct you. We are pretty much done with the game, because in no RBA Wrong Warp we skip the trials because we don't need to do them. And we pretty much just go up the rest of Ganon's tower and kill him, and kill Ganon, and then we're done. So, we are very close to being done. Oh yeah, spoilers. Sheik is Zelda. And again, for this part, you don't have to mash, because... yeah. I still find it funny that, I don't know, like, I find that kind of thing interesting, that we skipped that entire sequence of getting the Ocarina of Time, and then Zelda still references it, because it's, you know, it's part of code. Something interesting is that in that cutscene, we actually went back in time, and now went back forward in time again. So... because there is no, like, cutscene value, I don't know how to explain it, other than there's no, like, cinematic thing for Link as child. If you're an adult, it's either you are Link as adult or Link as child. And that's actually used, the Light Arrow cutscene is used to do some wacky stuff in categories that use RBA. We're almost done here, now that we've got the light arrows, and Ganon's gonna take Zelda, or Ganondorf rather. Okay, so let me see. Come on, cutscene, go faster. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. Okay. So now that we're finally out of the light arrow cutscene, make sure that you equip your light arrows, because I have forgotten to do this up until the Ganon fight, and it's kinda silly. I also just got an inverse camera angle there by accident, but anyway, now we're just gonna make our way to Ganon's castle. And because the light arrow cutscene has played, it thinks that we have beaten all of the dungeons, and so we now have access to Ganon's castle. We got the light arrow cutscene because it doesn't think that you are able to access Shadow or Spirit Temple, like, unless you've beaten the other three, Forest, Fire, and Water. And so they only put a flag in for the Shadow and Spirit Medallion. So if you only have those two, and then you go into the Temple of Time as adult Link, then you will get the light arrow cutscene. Which is kind of interesting. And so now we're just going to proceed to Ganon's castle, and hopefully to Ganondorf. Yeah. So as I said earlier in the light arrow cutscene, we don't have to do the trials because they're just not necessary. And there are a couple of ways of skipping them. The first way that I'm going to show is here in Spirit Trial. This is most definitely not the fastest way to do this, but it is very simple, and it is used whenever you don't have enough bombs to do the method that I'll show later. So you want to push this Armos up against the wall, and then push it twice towards the door, and then we're just going to do another Armos clip like we did before. And now we're going to walk until you hear carpet. I think I walked too far, actually. Yeah, a little bit. So, until you, like, I make sure that I'm in between the Spirit and Forest Trial. And then you just walk forward. I think I'm a little... I don't know where I am at the moment, actually. Whoa. I don't know where I am. Uh-oh. Now I'm in the unloaded Ganon's castle area. Okay, so here's water trial. I know that water trial's on the bottom floor. What if I can get directly underneath? Oh no! This is kind of silly. Where am I? As you can see, I'm climbing stairs. I believe I'm in a corner. I don't know if I'm all the way up or not. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's the carpet I was looking for. And then we just face that way. And now, there we go. Now we hit the loading zone. Now, I'm going to go back out and show a couple of different ways of doing this. Another way is actually through water trial. I'm going to try and do this one. I'm not very experienced with this one, but it's a little similar to, if I remember correctly. There are freezers. Yep, here we are. Okay. Oh, wow. He didn't come all the way this way. Ugh. Oh no. I'm gonna die. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm totally gonna die. If I don't get this right now. Oh no! I died. No, I didn't. Okay. Anyway, you would want to clip through the door and then just walk up like, you would clip through and then you'd walk up and walk into the loading zone like you did before with the spirit trial. I'm not going to try it because I'm just not going to die. Anyway, the final way to do this is to do a staircase hover. And to do that, we would put down a bomb and get ISG. And then you would come over to here, and you would just set down 2 bombs as if you were going to do a super slide. But then when they were about to explode, you would backflip into them, and then one more time to hit the loading zone. The staircase hover is the fastest method, I believe, to doing... Ow. No! Don't die. I'm very close to death. Oh no, I died. Yeah, it's okay. I'd rather it be there than to double knuckle, but anyway. So, now that we're in Ganon's Tower, or Inner Ganon's Tower, I don't know the name of this, you want to charge up a quick spin, or an attack, I mean, and then when they get close, you just want to start spin attacking. I think that's the best way to deal with these guys. And then we're just going to continue going up the tower, I mean. Oh, bonking. Bonking all the way. Now, this room. Stealthos. Oh. I can't, ISG. Oh, I'll cross that. Okay. So now that they're dead, we get the boss key. And now I'm gonna try and do this next room, or not the next room, but the room after this one, as quickly as possible. You can either take on these iron knuckles one at a time, or you can take them on at the same time. And that's what I like to try and do, because, you know, after all, this is a speedrun. So hopefully if I can get in the right spot, then my crouch stabs will hit them both. Okay. It's just, it really depends on if you're in the right spot or not. And if you're not, then you might only hit one of them, or you might, like, miss one of them once when they start moving or something like that. But you just want to be in the middle of them, crouch stab them 3 times, roll, crouch stab and roll under their axes, and then crouch stab until they die. And so hopefully I don't die to Ganondorf, because, yeah. There are a couple of different strategies to Ganondorf. Or to hit Ganondorf's ball back, I guess. I got the heart container in Shadow because, specifically for this fight, because if you get hit by his ball, then it does 3 damage, 3 hearts of damage, rather. And now that I think about it, you might have to clip through the wall for the freezered clip. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been too long since I've done that one. I was gonna try and show it off, but I didn't exactly want to die. I died anyway, but I don't know. If you're low on bombs, then the Armos clip is much easier and much faster than the freezered clip. Much more reliable as well. So now, again, just mashing. He's gonna turn around and scream, and then we get to fight him. The way that I do this is I stand on the inner ring of blocks that are going to fall when he punches the ground. Because right off the bat, he punches the ground. And then I stand right on this inner ring right here. Just make sure that you're not on that inner platform. And then I run and grab the ledge before I fall, and then I just start quick spinning. And then I shoot him with a light arrow. And then I'd get ISG, or I'd jump slash and get ISG. But I'm gonna, I'm trying to think if there is another significant way to do this. Another way, I guess, that you can do it is just run over and do that same thing. Get ISG, and then sit here for 10 hits. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can't quick spin very well, then you can very well just hit back the thing with a vertical slash. A horizontal slash, you have more room to get hit, so I would try and do a vertical slash. But, or you're very welcome to just stand on the outer parts and just play tennis with him. Just whatever you prefer to do. Those are the 2 most used strats in this category. In MST, you have a bottle. You can use a bottle if you want it, but this is not MST. So now Ganondorf's dead. We're just going to go down the tower as normal. Something that's going to be a little different is that, well, I'll explain, I guess, in a bit. And here's Zelda. There are 2 things that you can do that are very minor, but I don't know. People widely in the community do them anyway. When Zelda is opening one of the barred gates, she's got the little purple magic that goes on. If you fire a light arrow before, or when she's doing that, then the little purple magic doesn't come up, and it saves a few frames. Also, if you are exactly in front of Zelda when she's opening up one of the doors. So, like there, you saw that her little purple magic didn't come up, and that saved a couple of frames, and it, you know, reduces lag and other such. But if you're directly in front of Zelda when she's trying to open up a door, then she will push you into the loading zone after, or when she starts running, and it saves a few frames as well. And that's usually what people try and do. on their way down Ganon's tower as they try and get in between Zelda and the bars and shoot light arrows as much as possible. And then in this room, there's Stalfos. Oh, I didn't do an instant jump slash, but... Okay, so again, Stalfos, just deal with them as you please. Wow. Jerk. If you take too long to kill the second one, then the first one will respawn. Oh my god. Please. There. And she drops hearts if you're low on hearts, or if you aren't full health. If you are full health, then she'll drop money. Not that money is needed, but... Whoa. If you cut that corner too sharp, then you might have your camera glitch out on you, and depending on what direction you're holding, you could jump straight off the edge. Getting the kiss on this, the kiss is what we refer to as getting in between Zelda and the bars, because it looks like they're kissing. Getting the kiss on that set of bars that I just passed is the most useless because there is no loading zone there. So here, we're just gonna go up. And that would be what the kiss looks like, and then see, she pushes you into the loading zone. And now we just have the Ganon fight to deal with. We are almost done, guys. Just one final battle. Ooh, goodness. So now, normally you would walk into this fight and you'd get your Master Sword hit away, and then you'd have to hurt Ganon with whatever you had. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get my Master Sword hit away because I don't have anything to kill him quickly, so we're going to keep our Master Sword by super sliding into the cutscene. And so I'm just going to walk away from Zelda a little bit, and then do a super slide. And now just make sure that you hold R for the majority of this cutscene. I usually hold R until my sword hits the ground, my quote-unquote sword hits the ground. You'll see what I'm talking about. Ganondorf is gonna rage and turn into Ganon. And I'm just gonna sit here with my shield from my face. Because it still thinks that I'm super sliding. So Link is not really taking part of this cutscene, so he doesn't draw his sword, but it still sort of gets hit away. So this is usually where I let go of my shield. And now, if you look at my B button, right now, I still have my sword. So I jump slash, and now we're just gonna roll underneath Ganon's legs and crouch stab him. And 3 hits, I believe, should because he's weak to the Master Sword, and you're not supposed to have the Master Sword in this in Phase 1. And so now we're just gonna go pick up the Master Sword again. And now we go back, jump flashing, and now 5 more hits. 1. Try not to mash A after you, oh boy. After you are done crouch stabbing, because you have the potential to put away your sword. And so after that, that is no RBA wrong one. So after this cutscene, we deliver the final blow, and we're done. Alright, we did it. That is no RBA wrong warp. Any percent no RBA no wrong warp, rather. Now, as I'm sure it's going to say in the description, if you PM private message with me or Tokyo Boy, because this is going to be uploaded on his channel. I believe it'll be uploaded on my new YouTube channel, Ghoti Speedruns, or Fish Speedruns, one of the two. It'll be spelled Ghoti, obviously, but PM me or Tokyo. Tokyo is streaming more often than I am because I work a lot, but when I am streaming, I will most definitely answer any questions. I will try and clear up anything that I was vague on, or anything that I went over too quickly. Or if either one of us are streaming, then I'm fairly certain that both of us would be more than willing to help out anyone who has a question. Anything that I didn't explain. Let me think about this. If you do the route that I normally do, which is Shadow first, because it's a bit faster than doing Dodongo's Cavern first, then you would only have 4 chews and 11 bombs, as opposed to, I think, 6 chews and like 14 bombs, I think, is what I had when I was there. But then again, you wouldn't be using a bunch of bombs to do different strats to get across the Gerudo Bridge and to gate skip and other such. So here we're just mashing the final text. We're going to give Zelda the ocarina and be sent back to the ocarina time that we never picked up. And we're going to be sent back to our original time. Right now, I can't think of anything that I didn't explain well, but I'm sure that it's there. I'm sure there's something that I just kind of like skimmed over that I shouldn't have, or something like that. But it's kind of difficult because most of this is just like, you kind of have to need to know the timing before you're doing it. Or like, you need to learn the timing as you're doing it. Experiment with it to learn the timing for this or that or the other thing, you know? But now we just sit back and watch the credits. See all the places that we didn't go to. The emblem of the Goron ruby that we didn't collect. Zora's Domain, which we also didn't go to. This category skips a lot. Zooming in on the Great Deku Tree, on the sprout of the Great Deku Tree that isn't there. Because we never watched the forest cutscene. I don't know, I find this kind of stuff silly. And pretty cool, in my opinion, I don't know. Yeah, usually this is the part where I would reflect on the run that I just had. I'm trying to think of anything that went really terribly, and I can't, nothing is coming to mind. But this actually went pretty smoothly, in my opinion, but again, I probably forgot something huge. And if I did, you'll probably see an answer to it in the comments below. I was never actually sure as a kid why King Zora got put with Mito. Because Mito was always a jerk, and King Zora was just like, yeah, I'm a Zora, what's up? I don't know. It just didn't make that much sense to me. So yeah, that was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. 90% no RBA, wrong word. Like I said, if you have any questions, I'm sure the Tokyo Boy and myself have no problem answering them. This was Ghoti1482, and as always, good night everybody.